Hi, welcome to the 7th grade MTMS Trailblazers team. I'm Quinn Showalter, and we are so excited to get the year started. The Trailblazers teachers have a combined 45 years experience. This is our 3rd year together as a 5-person team, so we're really excited about that. In English Language Arts with Miss Manker, you're going to be reading novels and short stories. You're going to focus on different types of text: expository, narrative, technical, and persuasive. So there's something out there for all of you. You will focus on literary terminology, grammar, and vocabulary, and of course, you'll be reading your AR books.
Hello, this is Mr. Peterson. This is my 10th year of teaching social studies at Monticello Trails Middle School. In social studies, the Trailblazer students will do geography first semester and Kansas history second semester. So with world geography, we really focus on doing geography, not just simple acquisition of knowledge. So we practice thinking like a geographer, looking at real world problems. So we do quite a bit of critical thinking and problem solving, different modules. It's not just rote memorization of places, although we will do that as well. So we'll start off by looking at geography map skills, then we'll go into physical geography, human geography, and there's a big focus on the 5 themes of geography. Second semester, we'll be going into history. And so there is a big focus on literacy when we are in history. So reading, writing, listening, and speaking. And just like with geography, we practice thinking like a geographer. Well, in history, we're thinking like a historian. So we read a lot of sources. We work on making historical arguments and also comparing and corroborating different sources. So we don't focus on a lot of subjects with Kansas history. We focus on the main subjects and really go deeper into explanations of why things happen rather than try to cover all the topics. So we'll look at early peoples of Kansas, westward expansion, leading Kansas in Kansas statehood, and as well as civil rights.
Hi, my name is Kelly Sullivan and I teach Link, the writing class. A couple of things that we will cover in my class are the 6 traits of writing. We'll focus a lot on the writing process and how that goes throughout each paper. A small section will be posted on grammar, and we will have weekly vocabulary quizzes. Some things that we will do, some major topics that they'll write their papers are memoirs, newspaper articles over The Outsiders, that they will read in communication arts, fairy tales, research paper in 3rd quarter, and then we will conclude with speeches.
Hi parents, my name is Mrs. Landon. I'm the math teacher on the Trailblazers team, and I just want to go over what your child will be learning in my class. It's very similar to what they have done in 6th grade. Some of the basic stuff like ratios and proportions, expressions and equations, probably a little bit more algebra this year. The real number system, which consists of fractions and decimals and integers. And then the last 2 quarters will be, or the second semester will be statistics and probability, as well as geometry, where they get to play with some Play-Doh and slice 3-dimensional figures. So that's what we're going to be learning, but one of my other things I wanted to make sure that you understand and you're aware of is that if your child ever has any questions, that they need to come and see me. And they have 3 different opportunities to do so. At the beginning of the school year, they will all get AM pass. That allows them to come back at 7:35, show their pass in the hallway, and then come back and see me. They also can come during seminar, which you might remember could be called HAP. It used to be called HAP. That's at the end of the day. And then after school, I'm available every day. Tuesdays, I have to leave a little bit earlier, so that's the only day I have a little bit more or less time. Also, your child should not be taking more than 30 minutes to complete their homework. If they are, they need to come in and see me because they're having some questions that need to be answered. It's taking way too long. Also, if they are struggling, before they can see me, they can look at my Blackboard site. That has a lot of different videos and a glossary, math glossary, and examples, and if they lose their papers, they can go there and print them off. So please check out the website. You don't have to email me to let me know that your child's coming in the morning, but if they are having trouble, let me know, and I will make sure that I will get with them and help them in any way I can. Thanks. Bye.
All right, I'm back, and I am going to talk about life science, which is what I teach. We focus on all things life. So last year, our students studied physical science. This year, it's all about life. So the things that you would think would be taught in biology, those are the topics that we're going to cover. Anatomy and ecology and cells and genetics and things like that. So I am here before and after school to help students whenever they need it. But in addition to that, I will do test prep Tuesdays for lunch. So if students want to get their lunch and come back to my room, or bring their lunch that day and come to my room, I'll do an official guided study session for whatever we're learning that week. I also will do working Wednesdays for lunch. So if students have graded work that they would like to ask me questions about, or if they have current homework, or just have questions to ask from what we've learned, then they can come in on Wednesdays during lunch. Again, that's in addition to before and after school, and of course during our seminar time, they can always come in and ask those questions too, but I do those two things in addition. For our grades this year, homework and daily assignments will be 25% of the student's grade, and then the other 75% is made up of tests, quizzes, labs, and projects. Students do get 3 OOPS passes per quarter. 1 allows them to redo a lab for full credit, 1 allows them to retake a quiz for full credit, and 1 allows them to have a homework-free night where they just get to take the night off. Now, we don't have science homework every night, but they get 1 pass where they don't have to do homework that night. I do have a 15-minute homework rule. I don't make a big announcement to students about this. It's mostly for parents. But if your student is working for 15 minutes on their science homework in the evening after school, and without distractions and without getting up to get a snack or go to the bathroom or something or answering a phone call, then you can sign their homework sheet and send it back in that next day, and they can have time during the school day to finish it without penalty. And I do that because I know they have a lot of different classes, and if they had 15 minutes of homework for every class each night, that would be a lot. Now, again, we don't have homework every night, and you know, the exception to that might be if they're studying. But again, I like for them to split up their studying into 15 minutes each night as they prepare. So that's usually a good rule of thumb, 15 minutes of real, concentrated, focused work time each evening. I am on Remind, so you may be familiar with Remind texts, and sometimes if we have reminders for science, I won't do reminders for homework usually, but a lot of times it's, hey, remember to bring your running shoes because we're going outside on the trail tomorrow for science, or remember to wear your grubby clothes because we have a messy lab or something. I'll do reminders. You can text the message at F742 to the phone number 81010 and get updates. There's also a way to get emails through that if you don't get texts. So just let me know if you need that email. I am also going to talk about online access to things like worksheets and notes and textbooks. Like we have an online science textbook, review games and study tools. So each teacher on the Trailblazers team has a Blackboard site. And if you'll go to mtms.usd232.org, then click on Teams. We are the 7th grade Trailblazers. You'll go to Blackboard Login. You'll use the same username and password that you use for Skyward, and then you'll click on the class you need. So if you need science, it'd be Science 7. You click on that page, and then what you will see is something like this. So this is my science page, and then over here on the left, you won't see all of these tabs, but these tabs will lead you to things that would be important to you. So general information will lead you to the textbook website, so you can see the textbook. I have the textbook passwords there, class syllabus. Over here I also have our first unit, which is ecology, so you can see a lot of resources, homework and review games, some videos that will help your student in that unit. So all of the teachers have a website like that. Daily assignments. So your student will have an agenda where they write down all of their homework each day, but you can check that at home too. And if they forget their agenda or they don't have it filled out completely or you don't understand what's on there, then you can go online to the MTMS website, Teams, 7th grade Trailblazers again, click on e-agenda, and you can find out all of the homework, assignments that are due the next day that they've been working on in class. You'll also get updates for quizzes and tests that are coming up, so that is a excellent tool for communication and keeping up with what your kids are doing. Our team policies. So we know that 7th graders make mistakes, and all of us have been teaching long enough that we know that even really good kids make mistakes sometimes, and we think that 7th grade is an excellent time to start learning responsibility, learning consequences of our actions, trying to learn from those mistakes and get better every day. So on the left here, I have academic PM. So these are earned if a student has a missing or forgotten or incomplete assignment. That includes if they finished it but left it at home that day. The first thing the student will do is sign up for an academic PM in that teacher's class. The second thing they will do is call home and inform the parent. So it's very important that your student knows or your child knows your phone number, how to get hold of you. That should be updated in Skyward as well. And then the student will stay after school that day until 3:25 to complete the assignment, but also work on the next day's assignment to try to prevent a snowball effect or a pattern from occurring. For behavior PMs, these are basically detentions. They're earned when a student does not meet our expectation to be respectful, responsible, and safe. The student would sign up for a behavior PM, call home and inform the parent of why they earned that behavior PM, and then they would stay after school that day until 3:25. They'll complete a think sheet and a reflection with the teacher to try to prevent any future incidents. Just a note that students will get reminders and warnings before earning a behavior PM depending on the severity of the behavior. We do a lot of warnings and reminders all day. And then, so we don't have a lot of detentions or behavior PMs on our team. And then also students have opportunities to earn homework extensions or passes for good behavior, so they would also sometimes get out of the academic PM for that. Okay, positive behaviors. So we encourage our students to focus on positive behaviors. What can they do that's right? Because most of our students are doing what's right most of the time. So with Wolf Tracks, students can earn Wolf Tracks for being respectful, responsible, and safe. They can be used once a week to purchase fun prizes. Please consider donating some things. They love supplies, candy, snacks, things like that, drinks. For quarter rewards, we celebrate our students' good behavior every quarter with parties, fun activities, games, movies. Every quarter it's a little bit different. To qualify for that reward, they can't have any missing work because we would always put work before the celebration. They can have 0 to 1 behavior PMs because maybe they had one off day and they got a detention. Would still qualify for the reward. They can't have any office referrals though. No office detentions, ISS, OSS, those kinds of things. And they can have 0 to 3 academic PMs. So up to 3 academic PMs before they would be excluded from the quarter reward. Student of the Week, we also highlight one boy and one girl each week who clearly demonstrates the ways of the wolf. The Student of the Week gets a fun reward card, special recognition, and privileges for that week. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to email me or any of the Trailblazer teachers. We would be happy to answer questions or discuss with you what we can do to help your child succeed in 7th grade. Thanks so much. Go Wolves!